The first competition of the afternoon is Monster Jam JCB Racing. All 8 trucks have been seeded into the bracket based on a random draw. Coming up first, these Monster Jam superstars will race head-to-head with the fastest 4 winners advancing to the semifinal round. Columbus, who's ready for Monster Jam JCB Racing?
We have 2 competitors ready to go head-to-head to see who will be moving on to the semifinals. You can see our first 2 competitors preset there on the track. They're going to have to work through these really tough dirt conditions and cut around those corners nice and tight. And the first one to cross the finish line will be our winner. We're gonna kick things off with a driver from Kewaunee, Wisconsin. It's Michaela Toluchka, Megalodon. And her opponent, hailing from sunny California, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Let's go racing!
Your winner is Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco.
Once again, that winner, Fernando Martinez in El Toro Loco, moving on to the semifinals. Coming up next, it's Frank Crummell in Zombie. Going head-to-head against Weston Anderson, Gravedigger.
Your winner is Weston Anderson, Gravedigger.
Super glued to the action replay shows Weston Anderson with great speed coming around those turns to solidify his space in the semifinals. In our next matchup in round 1, we have Alex Barden, Stone Crusher. Going up against Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo.
Your winner is Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo.
Super glued to the action replay as Alex Barden was cutting around that turn cone. He cut it a little too close and actually went into the ramp on the elevated obstacle. Scooby-Doo making her way around the track, moving on to the semifinals. So again, Brianna Mahan in Scooby-Doo is your winner. Our final matchup in round 1 has Brandon Toluchka, Just Get Her Done 2, going head to head against Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Columbus, that was a really close race. Both drivers accelerated right out the start, cutting those corners really tight. Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. They're almost neck and neck going around those turn cones, each grazing them as they went around the track. We're getting word from our Monster Jam officials that the winner, it's Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Definitely a close race for the final round of the JCB racing competition. Definitely an interesting first round of racing. Again, we saw Alex Bardening, Stone Crusher, as he was coming around that turn cone, end up going into one of our ramps because he cut that corner just a little too tight, which is why we were able to see Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo move on to the semifinals. If you look at the bracket up there on the video board, you have El Toro Loco going head-to-head against Gravedigger, and then the two puppies are going to face off in that second semifinal round.
It's time for the Monster Jam JCB Racing semifinal round. The fastest four drivers of the event have advanced to this round, and the winners will continue on to the finals, where they will compete for the first 8 points of the event and the racing win. So Columbus, who's ready for more Monster Jam JCB Racing?
Kicking things off here in the semifinal round. He hails from sunny California, and this is his rookie season here with us at Monster Jam. Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. And he is your Arena Series Central Champion from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. Let's go, Green! Another close race here at Monster Jam. Super glue glued to the action replay is going to help us determine who crossed the finish line first. Both really proficient racers when it comes to the JCB head-to-head racing competition. So close, but ultimately your winner is Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. Once again, Weston Anderson and Gravedigger moving on to the JCB Racing Finals. Let's find out who is going to join him from the University of Northwestern Ohio here in her second season of Monster Jam. It's Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Going up against a driver always ready to crack the case. We call her the Princess of Carnage, Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo. Let's go racing! Let's hear it for Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
It's time for the Monster Jam JCB Racing Finals. The winner race will earn the first 8 points of the event and take home the racing win. So Columbus, are you ready to meet your racing finals contenders?
From Charlotte, North Carolina, she was a 2023 Rookie of the Year nominee, Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And he is the 2022 Rookie of the Year, the driver that is bad to the bone, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. Columbus, it's go time! For the second time this weekend, your winner is Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, has proven herself the princess of the JCB racing competition, has one of the highest racing win percentages of anybody on this series. She took the win last night for our very first event and is continuing on with that great consistency, earning the first 8 points of the event here for this afternoon. Let's hear from our winner.
Jamie Sullivan, you've done it again with your bread and butter, that JCB racing win. I mean, it's got to be difficult. This dirt, I know, is a bit tackier. So what's your plan when you are doing the Chicago-style racing?
You know, like I said earlier, this dirt is constantly changing, especially after pit party, but we managed to actually get it to work. It's definitely super tacky, and I felt it up on 3 wheels a few times out here, and of course it wanted to pick up every turn, so the momentum slowing down into the turn was a lot better, and it paid off, like, apparently.
And you said something, up on 3 wheels. Speaking of up on wheels, we got our Great Clips 2-wheel skills competition coming up next. What can we expect from you and Team Monster Mutt Dalmatian?
You know, of course, I got to drive a puppy dog, so you're definitely going to want to see my truck up on its nose. Going to be walking my dog out up on the track.
Everyone put those puppy paws together for Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
Congratulations one more time, Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Take a look at the BKT overall event leaderboard right now to see where each of our drivers currently stand in pursuit of that overall event championship. So Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, in the lead currently with 8 points, but only one behind was her opponent, Weston Anderson, in Gravedigger, and circling the top 4, we see El Toro Loco's Fernando Martinez and Brianna Mahan in Scooby-Doo, each tied with 4 points going into our next competition, which is the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge, where our talented Monster Jam truck drivers are going to showcase their biggest and best moves just on 2 BKT tires. But I want you to keep an extra eye out, because these drivers are so proficient at what they do that sometimes they can balance on 1 BKT tire, which is absolutely incredible. So we're looking for a variety of tricks, such as stoppies, poppers, wheelies, nose wheelies, bicycles, moonwalks, so much more. And this is going to be your very first opportunity to score accurately and fairly at judgeszone.com. Taylor's going to talk about that in just a few minutes, but right now I'm hanging with Tylen in the stands, and Tylen was telling me this is your first time here at Monster Jam. What do you think of it so far? Is it cool?
Yes.
Yes, awesome. And you're rocking a really cool hat right now. So who's one of your favorites? What hat are you rocking?
Huh?
What hat is that?
Megalodon.
The Megalodon. So, okay, Tylen, if you could drive any Monster Jam truck, would it be the Megalodon or would it be a different truck? Which truck would it be?
Gravedigger.
Ooh, Gravedigger. Anybody else want to drive the Gravedigger truck? That's a really awesome truck. I like that one. So, Tylen, since it's your first time here at Monster Jam, all right, you and I are going to play a game on the video board called our Truckin' Pals race, all right? So we're going to put up 3 Monster Jam trucks on the video board. So you see them lined up there. So we have El Toro Loco, we have Gravedigger, and Megalodon. Now, the 3 of those trucks are going to race. I want you to tell me who you think is going to win, all right? So who's your pick?
Gravedigger.
Gravedigger. All right, do you guys agree with him? Gravedigger, you guys think Gravedigger's going to win? Awesome. All right, let's put it to the test. All right, remember, we got El Toro Loco, we got Gravedigger, and we got Megalodon. They are approaching the line. Let's go green. And we see Gravedigger starts off really strong, but Megalodon is catching up. El Toro Loco is pulling ahead. Gravedigger is now in the back. Who is it going to be making their way? A triumphant finish. The winner is Gravedigger. Tylen, you were right. Congratulations. So guess what? You're going to go home with an awesome Truckin' Pals play set, courtesy of all of us here at Feld Entertainment. Thank you for joining us here at Monster Jam for your very first event. Give it up for Tylen, everyone.
All right, Monster Jam fans, it's time to hop back into our competitions. And it's our Great Clips 2 Wheels Skills Challenge, where you have your first opportunity to score our drivers at judgeszone.com. You can scan the QR code that's going to come up on the video board, or just go directly there. It will ask you for the city code, which for us will be OHI. Type that in and then press submit. The next screen is where you get to score. All you've got to do is slide this BKT tire up or down, landing on the score you think each driver deserves. You'll press submit, and then it's going to begin to start adding up everyone's scores here in the arena. But here's the most important part, fans. You're only going to have 20 seconds for this entire process. So go to judgeszone.com and leave it pulled up throughout the rest of the event. And I just have one question for you. Who's ready for the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge?
Kicking things off in the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge. She hails from Kewaunee, Wisconsin, is a second-generation driver here in only her second season of Monster Jam. Ready to make some waves, it's Michaela Toluchka, Megalodon. A nice popper to get things started with Michaela Toluchka in Megalodon.
Put those fins together for Michaela Toluchka, Megalodon. And it's your first opportunity to score, so let's take out those phones. Go to judgeszone.com. Again, the code is OHI. Press submit and slide that BKT tire up or down. Press submit once more to cast your scores.
2 solid attempts from Michaela Toluchka in Megalodon. Now that first one is what we call a popper, where you use the momentum of that truck to pop in a vertical position on the front 2 BKT tires. Second attempt was a successful stoppie that she kicked into reverse up the side ramp into a moonwalk. Nice solid start from Michaela Toluchka. Let's see what you guys thought of that one. Scores coming in on the video board right now. A 6.766. That's going to be the score to beat in the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge. Continuing on, let's get those zombie arms moving for Frank Crummell and Zombie. Tough break for Frank Crummel and Zombie on that first one. Looks like he was going for a stoppie. That truck actually slid a little bit underneath it. Wasn't able to get the vertical positioning for that stoppie, but he does have another attempt. Let's see what he has in store. Lining up with the log stack. Will it be a sky wheelie or a popper? We got some big air from Frank Crummel and Zombie.
That's right, Christina. So it's time for all of you fans to put in those big scores. Let's make our way to judgeszone.com. You can scan that QR code right there on the video board. It'll take you straight there. You got about 10 seconds left to cast your scores.
One of our veteran drivers in this sport. He's been trying new things throughout the entirety of this season. Take a look at the Super Glue Glue to the Action replay. Look at the air that he was able to achieve right off of that log stack. What did you guys think? Scores are officially locked in, so let's focus our attention up to the video board. A 5.910. That's going to put him currently in second place in the Great Clips True Wheel Skills Challenge. Making his way down the tunnel and onto the track, ready to crush the competition. It's Alex Barden, Stone Crusher. Nice popper to get things started. One attempt down, one to go for Alex Barden.
Let's make some noise for Alex Barden, Stone Crusher. Let us know what you fans thought at judgeszone.com. I see some of you out there with those phones out. The rest of you still have about 10 seconds left to cast your scores.
Take a look at that Super Glue Glue to the Action replay. He lines up with that log stack perfectly, hits the throttle, and then goes into that complete vertical position that we look for with those poppers. He actually rocks the truck forward, showcasing a lot of great control with that particular trick. Score to beat right now is Megalodon with the 6.766. The score for Stone Crusher is a 6.851, which means we got a new leader and new score to beat. It's time to just get her done with Brandon Toluchka. Successful stoppie right there. Great control, solid vertical positioning. Tipping it back into reverse. And then setting it back down on all four BKT tires.
make some noise for Brandon Telechka. Just get her done too. Some of you fans saw Brandon Telechka hanging the steering wheel out of the window on that last attempt there. That's what you call skill. But it's not about me, it's about you. Tell us what you thought at judgeszone.com, everyone.
Taylor, so far he's the only driver to successfully do stoppies on both ends of the arena off of the different ramps. Take a look at that super glue glued to the action replay. Again, great control, great positioning. We're looking for the vertical positioning. You need to be able to draw a line from the top of the truck all the way down to the bottom. And he was able to exemplify really great control throughout that entire run. Was it enough, though, to take over the top spot from your current leader, which is Alex Barton in Stone Crusher with a 6.851? The score for Brandon Telechka, just get her done, 2 is... It was a 9.077. We got that new leader and new score to beat. Let's get those puppy paws going because it's time for Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Columbus, we're getting word from our Monster Jam officials that there might be some sort of an issue with Just Get Her Done 2. Now, yesterday, during the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge, when he came out to do his first attempt, his motor actually blew. And unfortunately, that was an event-ending issue. But our UNOH technicians, Brandon Telechka, Michaela Telechka, their father and crew chief Mitch Telechka worked tirelessly throughout the night to get a new motor into that Monster Jam truck. So they're going to take it to the back, see exactly what's going on, and Taylor will have an update for you guys during halftime.
All right, everyone, I am here in the stands with my new friend, Colton. Colton, what did you think of those tricks by Brandon Telechka?
It's good.
Good, he says. Well, I'm going to tell you something good. You and we're going to play a game, all right? It is called the Monster Jam Helmet Shuffle. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some helmets up on that big screen right there. And you see that trophy hiding around? All right, once those helmets stop, they're going to drop on top of that trophy, and you have to tell me which helmet you think it's under, all right? And Columbus, you can help him out if you see his wheels turning, okay? All right, let's take it up to the video board. Take a look at those helmets. All right, it's right there in the center. Take a look. Look up there, Colton. They're shuffling around. Don't lose it. All right, all right. Uh-oh. All right, is it under helmet number 1? If you think it's under helmet number 1, make some noise. If you think it's under helmet 2, make some noise. Whoa, silent. If you think it's under number 3, make some noise. All right, well, Colton, it's up to you. Which helmet do you think it's under?
Number 5.
Number 5? Let's try this again. 5 is a good choice. That's a good trick question. Let's try this again. Which helmet do you think it's under?
Number 1.
Number 1. All right, let's find out. Oh, okay. It's not under number 2, and it's not under number 3. So, Colton, that means it's under number 1. That's right, and that also means you are going to be going home with a toy, your very own Monster Jam Megalodon toy truck from our friends at Spin Master. What do you think about that?
Thank you.
Thank you. Everyone make some noise for Colton.
Once again, continuing on with the Great Clip 2 Wheel Skills Challenge, Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. 1 attempt down, 1 to go for Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. That stoppie that she walked the dog all the way forward before landing on all 4 paws. Let's see what her second attempt is gonna look like. And with that popper, that pup is begging for bones. Balancing seamlessly on those 2 BKT tires.
Put those puppy paws together for Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Show her some love, there she goes. And then show her what you really thought at judgeszone.com, everyone. You got about 10 seconds left.
Both of those tricks showcased a lot of great control, okay? Because when it comes to those poppers, too much momentum, that truck is going to flip over. Not enough momentum, you're not going to get it on the front 2 BKT tires, similar to that of that stoppie during her first attempt. So both of these attempts showcase really great restraint, control, but just enough momentum to hit it on the mark. Let's see what you guys thought. Score to beat right now is Just Get Her Done 2 with a 9.077. The score for Monster Mutt Dalmatian is a 9.120. That means we got a new leader at the top of the BKT leaderboard, and that's Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. It's time to get bad to the bone with Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. Combination move courtesy of Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Stoppie into a moonwalk, kicked it onto the back 2 BKT tires into a tombstone wheelie. Solid start to the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge run for him.
Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. It's time to score.
Weston Anderson in Gravedigger, always keeping the fans on their toes. Goes into the popper, shifts it onto 1 BKT tire, allows the truck to go onto his side, does a sidewall save on the center elevated obstacle, lands it. Really impressive. Super glue glued to the action replay is your reminder of that. Again, there's that balance on the brink on the front BKT tire, rotating in that sidewall save and back down the ramp. Really impressive. But was it enough to take over the top spot, currently held by Monster Mutt Dalmatian with a 9.120. The score for Gravedigger is... It was a 9.747. Weston Anderson in Gravedigger is the new score to beat. It's time to get a little crazy with Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Fernando Martinez with that popper and then shifting the weight of that 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck on the front two BKT tires. Nice, solid first attempt. Let's see what the second attempt is going to look like. Starting off with a stoppie, walking the bull forward, showcasing really great control. Kicks it into reverse. Can he make it up the ramp?
Put those horns up and make some noise for Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Showing you all how it's done. But let's lock in those scores. That's where it really counts. Turn those screams into scores.
So not only did he go into the stoppie, he kicked it into the moonwalk, up the ramp, took it to the center of the track, and then shifted to the smaller ramp on the opposite side of the track before landing on all four BKT tires. Nice presentation. Scores are locked in. Let's see what you guys thought of Fernando Martinez in El Toro Loco, who landed on the side two BKT tires before ultimately saving it. And 8.944 for the driver of the Crazy Bull. He's not 100% happy with that one. You can see his facial expressions really entertaining, both in and out of the truck. Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Last but not least, she's coming down the tunnel searching for Scooby snacks. Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo. Taking her time, being very meticulous as she lines up with the log stack. Hit the throttle, but not enough momentum to nail that popper on the front two BKT tires. Still has one more attempt. Let's see what she's going to do next. Successful stoppie. Walks it forward ever so slightly before kicking it into reverse.
Make some noise for Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo. And it's time to score, everyone. Scan that QR code up there on the video board if you haven't already. You've got about 10 seconds left. Let your voice be heard.
That's right, Monster Jam fans. You heard Taylor. A few more seconds. Let's lock in those scores for Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo. Pushing the envelope, trying new things throughout each week. So although she wasn't able to nail that popper, she made up for it with that stoppie on that second attempt. Scores are locked in, so let's focus our attention up to the video board right now. A 6.352 for Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo. That means the winner of the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge, the Black and Green Wrecking Machine, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. Eight points added to his score in pursuit of the overall event championship. Weston Anderson and Gravedigger constantly innovating in each phase of the competition, but we've seen it a lot in the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge, especially with that second hit. The moonwalk balancing on one BKT tire. Really impressive. Excuse me, that popper that he then went on to balance on the one BKT tire. Let's hear from our winner. Weston Anderson in Gravedigger, that winner. Monster Jam fans, we're going to hear from him just a little bit later, but I think he wants to hear from you guys. So let him hear you. Come on this side of the arena. Who could be louder? And he's going to the other side. Come on. All right, Weston, I think this side might be louder than the other. Let him hear you. One more time, the winner of the Great Clips 2-Wheel Skills Challenge, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. Let's take a look at the BKT overall event leaderboard. As you can see, Weston Anderson and Gravedigger and Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian are now both tied with 15 points going into the second half of Monster Jam. And then we have El Toro Loco's Fernando Martinez rounding out that top three with 9 points. We still have 2 more competitions coming your way. Monster Jam Donuts and Monster Jam Freestyle. But right now, it is halftime. So this is the perfect time to get up, stretch your legs, walk around the arena, maybe stop off at one of our merchandise stands, get yourself some Monster Jam swag, and then join us right back here because the stars of freestyle motocross are going to take to the track and take to the skies. But right now, enjoy halftime. Welcome back to the second half of Monster Jam. It is time to kick it into high gear because the stars of freestyle motocross are making their way down to the tunnel and making their way onto the track. This is one of the most exciting parts about Monster Jam. Here they come, the stars of freestyle motocross. Ready to amaze all of you fans here in Columbus. But we have a very, very important rule, all right, when it comes to FMX here at Monster Jam. The louder you scream, the higher they're going to fly, and the cooler the trick, all right? So I want to try this all together. When I count to 3, I need you to be so loud that this entire arena rumbles, all right? Here we go. We're going to test it out. 1, 2, 3.
Coming down the rim first, we've got Brendan Reardon. Next up, we've got Kenny Haskell. And here comes Greg Duffy. And last but certainly not least, it's TJ Tiffany. Monster Jam fans, these are what we call social media moments. So make sure to hashtag Monster Jam and tag us at Monster Jam. But let us not forget the most important rule. The louder we get, the higher they fly and the cooler the trick. Let's see how cool they can get. Make some noise. Columbus, when these riders start to soar, I want to hear you roar! That's what I'm talking about. But I think we can do even better than that. 1, 2, 3, let me hear it! You know, our crowd last night was loud, but can y'all be louder? You see, the louder you get, the cooler the tricks and the higher these riders fly. Coming up next is our US FMX Best Trick competition. These riders will have one attempt to fly from one end of the arena to the other, showcasing their best trick. Now, all of you, you'll be the official judges for this competition as well. So, make sure to take out those phones, go to judgeszone.com. Remember that city code is still OHI. You'll have 20 seconds to cast your score, slide the VKT tire up or down. So, I've got a question for you. Are you ready for more?
Kicking things off in the FMX Best Trick competition from Worcester, Massachusetts, it's Brendan Reardon. Brendan has been riding for 24 years. This is his second season here with us at Monster Jam, and he's certainly making a name for himself. As we tour the country on Arena Championship Series Central, he's piloting the Honda 450 this season. Let's see what he has in store. Looked like that was a variation on a rock solid.
Make some noise for Brendan Reardon. Your first competitor in the Best Trick competition, and it's time to score. 10 seconds left.
Brendan Reardon, he's setting the bar for his fellow competitors in the FMX Best Trick competition. So make sure, as Taylor said, you're sliding the VKT tire up or down. Click submit. Scores are locked in. Let's take it up to the video board right now. A 7.504 for Brendan Reardon. Continuing on with our second competitor from Boston, Massachusetts, it's Kenny Haskell. Kenny's been riding since he's only 5 years old. He's been with Monster Jam since 2014, traveling nationally and internationally. And if you ask him, one of his favorite places to compete and travel was actually in Japan. So all of these amazing riders, not only are they talented, but they are worldly as well. Cliffhanger.
Let's hear it for Kenny Haskell. Your second competitor in our FMX Best Trick competition. Let us know what you all thought at judgeszone.com. You've got about 5 seconds left.
That cliffhanger courtesy of Kenny Haskell. So he takes off from the ramp, and what he does, he actually tucks his knees close to his chest and then takes his ankles, grabbing them onto the handlebars. Arms go up in the air. Really impressive. Takes a lot of agility and core strength in order to pull something like that off. Let's see what you guys thought. Score to beat is a 7.504 with Brendan Reardon. The score for Kenny Haskell is an 8.012. That means we got a new leader and new score to beat. Last but not least, he hails from Graysonville, Maryland. It's Greg Duffy. Greg Duffy's been riding for 25 years. This season, he's piloting the Kawasaki KX450 bike. Fun fact, he's the first and only person to successfully do a double front flip on a dirt bike. And Columbus, it's his birthday today. So when he soars through the air for his best trick, I need you to scream! Backflip!
Make some noise for the birthday boy, Greg Duffy. Gave us a backflip on his birthday. Looks like he feels good about that one. I think it looked great, but it's about all of you fans out there. Let us know what you all thought. You've got 5 seconds left to submit your scores.
That backflip, courtesy of Greg Duffy. Let us know what you guys thought. Was it enough to take over the top spot and ultimately the win? From Kenny Haskell, who had that 8.012. Let's find out. The score for Greg Duffy is a 9.748. We got a winner, and his name is Greg Duffy.
But you know what, fans? We're not done with the US FMX team quite yet. Because I don't know about you, but I'd like to see more. What do you say? Oh, I don't know. I think you guys can get louder than that, so let me try something. OH! OH! All right, that's the energy we need because these three riders are getting ready to do something that is a bit of a tradition here at Monster Jam. They are going to soar through the air back to back in train formation. It's going to be epic. Take out those phones and get ready to record. But right now, we're going to give them a countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was good, that was good. But we need great because they're coming back through the tunnel to give us another round of amazing air and epic tricks. But you gotta get loud. I know Ohio State can get louder than that. So when they hit the ramp, I wanna see who's gonna be louder, you or the person sitting next to you. You see the tricks? They're getting cooler. So that means we must be getting louder and we gotta get crazier. They're putting the finger up for one more. Do you want one more? I said, do you want one more? All right, well, let's try this. I don't want to hear the dirt bikes this time. I want to hear Columbus, Ohio. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Make some noise, everyone, for the U.S. FMX team. Brendan Reardon, Kenny Haskell, and the birthday boy, Greg Duffy. I got your best trick winner here, Greg Duffy, featuring, wait a minute, that's not dirt.
I got caked in the hallway.
It is his birthday, so, you know, here at Monster Jam, it is a family sport. You guys are competitors, but looks to me like you're more friends than anything.
Yeah, you know, I grew up racing with all these guys. We were pretty competitive back in the day. We still got a little competitiveness to us, but yeah, when you guys get loud, it just pumps us up even more and just makes us go bigger.
Now, I mean, we've got a lot of fans out here that would love to follow in your footsteps one day. What advice do you have for them?
Got to stay in school, get good grades.
stay in school, and stay caked. Greg Duffy, this is how you're spending your birthday. How does it feel?
Messy.
He says it feels messy. All of you fans, I need you to do me one favor before we send Greg Duffy, I guess, to the shower. Just help me sing him happy birthday. 1, 2, 3. Give yourselves a round of applause and make some noise for Greg Duffy, your best trick winner. All right, it's time to hop back into our main event of Monster Jam. And coming up next, we've got our Monster Jam donut competition. Each driver is going to have one attempt to throw down their best donut performance. And as the official judges for this competition, pay close attention to the driver's speed, control, creativity, and the number of revolutions. So, Columbus, who's ready for the Monster Jam donut competition?
Me!
Starting things off, let's put those fins together for Michaela Telechka, Megalodon.
Put those fins together for Michaela Telechka, Megalodon. Our first competitor, making a whirlpool out there in that shark. There she is. Show her some love, and then head to judgeszone.com, everyone, so you can cast your scores.
So if you looked really closely, she was actually waving her steering wheel to all of you Monster Jam fans, because towards the end of those revolutions, she popped the steering wheel off as she was rotating. Take a look at that super glue glued to the action replay. She went into it nice and slow and steady, and then found the sweet spot, really getting those revolutions going. Very nice presentation. Let's see what you guys thought. Scores are locked in with a 7.293 for Michaela Telechka, Megalodon. Continuing on, he hails from Detroit, Michigan. It's Frank Crummell in Zombie.
Put those zombie arms up for Frank Crummell, Zombie. Got off to a shaky start there in the beginning, but you can see once he got that momentum, that Zombie could not be stopped. So let's lock in the scores. Let us know what you thought. You got about 10 seconds left.
Taylor, that is a testament to tenacity right there, because he could have easily just stopped, but no, he continued on, found his rhythm, and towards the end, towards those final 4 rotations, he got some really solid speed. So very impressive by Frank Crummell in Zombie. Score to beat is a 7.293 with Megalodon. The score for Frank Crummell in Zombie is an 8.227. New leader and new score to beat. Coming up next, from Kewaunee, Wisconsin, it's Brandon Telechka. Just get her done too.
Let's make some noise for Brandon Telechka. Just get her done too. The track on that side must be a little tricky, but luckily he was able to save it. So it's up to you fans to let us know what you thought of that run by Brandon Telechka at judgeszone.com.
That's right, Taylor. You know, you and I have talked about these track conditions throughout the last two events. The track is very tacky, which sometimes makes it a little bit more challenging for these drivers to find that sweet spot, what we call the pocket in that dirt, in order to get those revolutions going. But he showed great control, didn't let that truck roll over. Scores in on the video board at 3.952 for Brandon Telechka. Just get her done too. Continuing on with Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco.
Put those horns up for Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. And the scores are open, everyone. You can scan the QR code once it comes back up on the video board to take you to Judges Zone. There he is. He's looking a little dizzy, Fernando Martinez. Let's lock in those scores, everyone.
The Crazy Bull running around the track. Really solid revolutions, nice consistency in those donuts. Remember, you guys are the judges, so in your opinion, was that a better presentation than that of your current leader, which is Frank Crummelin Zombie with an 8.227? The score for El Toro Loco is... It was an 8.251. New leader and new score to beat. Coming up next, looking to secure a donut win, it's Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
Chasing its tail, and it's Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. She hears those screams, but we got to turn those screams into scores, everyone. Scan that QR code. Let's lock them in.
Those were the most textbook donuts that we've seen so far throughout the competition. She doesn't hesitate, immediately finds the sweet spot in the center of that dirt. Take a look right there. She's not moving. She is staying consistent, spinning like a top, which is what we want in a donut presentation. Super Glue glued to the action replay tells the story. Let's see what you guys thought. Scores are locked in. Score to beat right now is an 8.251 by El Toro Loco. The score for Monster Mutt Dalmatian is an 8.826. That means Jamie Sullivan and Monster Mutt Dalmatian has jumped to the top of the leaderboard. But can she hold on to it? We still got more competitors. And the next one up is ready to crush the competition. It's Alex Barton, Stone Crusher.
crusher, crushing the track. Now let's see what you all scored at judgeszone.com. The scores are open. You got about 10 seconds. Let your voice be heard, everyone.
So Jamie Sullivan's had the consistency. Alex Barden's had the speed. You can see those BKT tires actually coming off of the track during those revolutions. So now's your time to compare. In your opinion, was that a better presentation in the donut composition than that of your current leader, which is a Monster Mutt Dalmatian? Let's find out because your scores are locked. A very respectable score right there, an 8.419. Good enough to put him currently in second place in Monster Jam Donuts. Two more competitors left in Monster Jam Donuts. We're going to continue on with Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo.
Let's hear it for Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo. And it's time to score, everyone. You know what to do. Judgeszone.com. If you haven't joined in the fun already, you've still got about 5 seconds.
Super glued to the action replay. Your reminder right now of that Monster Jam Donut presentation from Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo. A little bit of bounce as she was going into those initial revolutions. A little bit of drifting towards the end, but really nice speed, solid revolutions overall. Scores are locked in, so let's take it up to the video board. An 8.120 for Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo. Last but not least, your Arena Series Central Champion, Weston Anderson, Grave Digger.
Let's hear it for Weston Anderson, Grave Digger. Some super fast donuts by Weston Anderson. Even though he took a tumble, he's waving that steering wheel out the window, if you can see right there. So it is still of a score. Let's lock them in, everyone. You've got about 10 seconds left. Let us know what you thought.
Taylor, you can always count on Weston Anderson, even when that truck flips over, to still showcase a little flair, a little creativity with that steering wheel out the window. Had really great revolution, solid speed that actually caused those BKT tires to come off of the ground. He lost a little bit of control at the end. Obviously that we saw that truck flipped over. But did you guys think it was enough to take the win? Let's find out. Monster Mutt Dalmatian is the score to beat with an 8.826. The score for Grave Digger is at 8.491, good enough for second place, but that means the winner of Monster Jam Donuts is Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Monster Jam fans, come on, get those puppy paws out. She's making her way onto the track. Just earned another 8 points in pursuit of that overall event championship win. Really great donuts. I talked about this earlier. They were so consistent textbook donuts. That's what we want to see here at Monster Jam. It had the speed, it had the number of revolutions. She got around maybe around 6 or 7 times, was able to maintain, again, the consistency in that one spot, earning her the win right here at Monster Jam.
Jamie Sullivan, that was an amazing donut run there. You know, at one point, rather really the entire time, you had just slightly one of those BKT tires lifted up. So you were on 3 BKT tires during that donut run.
Yeah, like I said, this dirt's tacky, and of course doing donuts, that's definitely a struggle. That's what happened to Weston. I mean, he had some great donuts coming out here, so definitely great competition out here this afternoon, and I mean, I've just been on top twice so far. Weston's already got 1, so it comes down to freestyle, and that's all up to you guys.
That is, and you said a great part. You have been sitting up top at this point in the competition for 2 days straight now. So how is this momentum going to propel you into the final competition, freestyle?
You know, we got some of the greatest UNOH technicians in the back. They're killing it, keeping these trucks alive for all of these competitions out here so we don't miss any elements. So definitely owe it all to them. UNOH, so close to home. So, I mean, we're just going to come out here, put that puppy in the ground, put that grave digger in the dirt. We're going to bury him out here.
You heard it. Make some noise for Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Down Nation.
Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mutt Dalmatian, 23 points going into our final competition of Monster Jam Freestyle. Only 1 point behind, right on her tail, is Weston Anderson in Grave Digger with 22 points. It's going to come down to either one of these 2 competitors with the overall event championship. It's an exciting time here at Monster Jam. We hope you guys have been getting in on the action and scoring at judgeszone.com. But don't worry, even if you haven't, there's still one more competition left to make your voices heard here at Monster Jam. I can't stress this enough. This is the only sport in the world where our fans directly impact the outcome of the event. And we are just a few weeks away from Monster Jam World Finals, the biggest event of the year, May 18th at SoFi Stadium. You guys aren't going to want to miss it. And each and every one of you here, anytime you come to a Monster Jam event, you are making a little bit of history with us here at Monster Jam. So before we jump into our final competition, which is up next, the Monster Jam Freestyle competition, as I mentioned, you guys are going to be playing that pivotal role. Each driver is going to have 75 seconds to showcase their biggest and best moves all event long. But very important, in order to qualify for a score, they must complete at least 15 seconds of their freestyle. So I'm talking about the use of the obstacles, the creativity, the wow factor, the technical moves, and those combination moves. It's all gonna go down in Monster Jam Freestyle. But before we get to that, I wanna put you guys to the test because I know you guys have been paying attention throughout the event. So let's play a little bit of Monster Jam trivia with Jamie Sullivan. All right, Monster Jam fans, what do you guys think it is? I've said it a couple of times throughout the event. Is it A, B, C, or D? Yell out your answers. Let me hear it. What is it? B! All right, he says B, 5,000 pounds. Anybody else have a different answer? What do you guys think over here? Let me hear it. What do you think?
12.
He says 12,000 pounds. All right, let's reveal the answer.
And you can see, you are right. Monster Jam trucks weigh 12,000 pounds.
All right, Monster Jam fans, now it's time for each of you to kick off our Monster Jam Freestyle competition. So take out your phones, turn on your flashlights, and follow my lead. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Keep going. We have reached the pinnacle of the event. It's time for Monster Jam Freestyle.
Making his way down the tunnel. He got his start back in 2018 with Monster Jam, and this is his rookie season. Alex Barton, Stone Crusher.
Make some noise for your first freestyle competitor, Alex Barton in Stone Crusher. We got to score that one at judgeszone.com. You know what to do. You've got about 20 seconds.
Super glued to the action replay. Nice stoppy right there. Midway through that freestyle. Towards the end, he actually did a wheelie on the back two BKT tires, up and through that log stack. Nice variations throughout the freestyle for Alex Barton and Stone Crusher. He's setting the bar for his fellow competitors. Let's see what you guys thought. Scores are locked in. A 6.635. That's going to be the score to beat in Monster Jam Freestyle. Coming to the track, Columbus. You guys know what to do. I need you to get those zombie arms up in the air and moving for one of our veteran drivers, a well-respected veteran in the sport, behind the wheel for close to 20 years. It's Frank Crumble in Zombie.
Let's put those zombie arms up for Frank Grimmel, Zombie. The scores are open, everyone. You got 20 seconds.
Frank Grimmel and Zombie likes to kick it old school when it comes to Monster Jam Freestyle. Super Glue Glued to the Action replay showcases some really nice air throughout that freestyle. And what he consistently does really well is he takes full advantage of every different side of that elevated obstacle. So if you're looking really closely, it has ramps at different inclines. It has a log stack. It also has tires built into it. And then we have a Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp. So he really does take full advantage of all of the different obstacles at his disposal. Score to beat right now is Stone Crusher with a 6.635. The score for Zombie is a 6.753. New leader and new score to beat. Making her way onto the track, we call her the Princess of Carnage, Brianna Mahan, Scooby-Doo. Lining up for the backflip. That puppy rolled on over during that Morgan & Morgan backflip. That will do it for Brianna Mahan and Scooby-Doo. So Monster Jam fans, let's hear it for the Princess of Carnage. Scoring is open at judgeszone.com. You guys know what to do. You have all the power right now. Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. It almost looked like she was going into a corkscrew as she was setting that Monster Jam truck back down. Lands on the back left BKT tire. For a split second, it looked like she might have been able to save it before that dog rolled over. Scores are locked in. Your score to beat, reminder, Zombie with a 6.753. Your score up there for Brianna Mahan, an 8.810. That means we got a new leader and new score to beat.
Monster Jam fans, that was epic. And I'm here with two epic Monster Jam fans. We've got Rowan and we've got Hudson. I wonder, I have to know because I'm not sure, which one is your favorite Monster Jam truck, Rowan?
El Toro.
El Toro Loco. And what about you, Hudson?
Grave. Surger Fortune.
What was that? It's okay. You can say Gravedigger. Well, how about this? The two of you and I, we're going to play a game, all right? It's Monster Jam Trivia. Super cool, super simple. We're going to test how much the two of you know about Monster Jam trucks. So let's take a look up at the video board and see which driver is asking us a question. All right. They were looking at it. Talk amongst yourselves, boys. Which ones do you think it is? How about all of you fans? Which one do you think it is? All right. Rowan, Hudson, what's the answer?
Fiberglass.
Fiberglass. How about you?
Fiberglass.
Fiberglass, he says. Well, let's take it back up to the video board and find out. remind you, they've been celebrating like this all afternoon. Well, guess what? The two of you guessed right. So you're going to go home with a prize. Now, I'm going to ask a question, and Mom and Dad, this one's for you too. Do we like Texas Roadhouse? Yes, we do. Well, guess what? You are going to go home with your very own $50 Texas Roadhouse gift card from our friends at Texas Roadhouse. What do you boys think about that?
Good.
Good, they said. Make some noise for Rowan and Hudson.
Continuing on with Monster Jam Freestyle. Let's get loud and let's go crazy for Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Keep it going for Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Our drivers are not holding back this afternoon for you fans here in Columbus. Fernando Martinez and El Toro Loco, some really solid moments throughout that freestyle run. Remember, you guys have all the power, so make sure you're taking the time, slide the BKT tire up or down, click submit on the score that you feel he deserves for that run. Super glued to the action replay showcases a really nice stoppie right there. Throughout the freestyle, he was actually blowing some smoke, even as he was going into those sky wheelies for a little extra flair, a little extra creativity before ultimately rolling over. You can see it up there, as I said, on that super glued to the action replay. Score to beat right now is Scooby-Doo with an 8.810. The score for El Toro Loco is 8.405. That's going to put him currently in second place in Monster Jam Freestyle. Big shout out to our dirt crew on there, down on the track, who've been working tirelessly to make sure that this track is in tip-top shape. Also, our tech officials, they're down there in the yellow. They are the ones actually making sure that our drivers are safe. They're directing the traffic behind the scenes. So all the truck movement that you see is in part thanks to our talented tech officials down there on the track. Video board right now shows exactly where each of our drivers currently stand in Monster Jam Freestyle. So the Princess of Carnage is currently sitting pretty at the top with that 8.810, courtesy of that Morgan & Morgan backflip. Although she did not land it, it was very entertaining. She had great momentum, great height, and also looked like that corkscrew moment as she was in the air. And then, of course, we just saw Fernando Martinez in El Toro Loco with an 8.405. 4 competitors down, 4 to go in Monster Jam Freestyle. So remember, Monster Jam fans, if you like what you see here, there's still a lot more action all throughout the country. And it concludes on May 18th at SoFi Stadium, which is Monster Jam World Finals. It's the biggest event of the year, the biggest pit party of the year. You can meet over 40 Monster Jam drivers. There's a VIP experience. So all you have to do is go to monsterjam.com for all the details. And if that's not enough Monster Jam for you, Make sure to check out MAV TV, as well as all of our social media platforms at Monster Jam, including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, yes, even TikTok. I know you guys have been posting and using that hashtag Monster Jam for all the details. And make sure you're heading on over to monsterjam.com, because although we have Monster Jam World Finals on May 18th, we still have a full schedule ahead for the summer and fall. So lots of Monster Jam coming your way. Monster Jam World Finals is going to be epic, as is this next competitor, Michaela Telechka, Megalodon. Put those fins together for Michaela Telechka, Megalodon. Scoring is open at judgeszone.com. Remember, Monster Jam fans, slide the BKT tire up or down, click submit on the score that you feel she deserves for that freestyle run. Super glued to the action replay up there on the video board right now as your reminder of that freestyle. It's a nice air throughout it. Towards the end, looked like she was going for a stop. He didn't have quite the momentum to get in that complete vertical position. Scores are locked in. Let's focus our attention up to the video board right now. A 6.121 for Michaela Telechka, Megalodon. He's a second-generation driver. It's Brandon Telechka. Just get her done, too. Bicycle into a sidewall save from Brandon Telechka.
Let's hear it for Brandon Telechka. Just get her done too. I don't know about you, but I was on the edge of my seat with that sidewall save, but it's not about me. It's about all of you fans in the stands. So let's go to judgeszone.com to lock in our scores.
Really smooth transitions throughout the entirety of that freestyle, especially to Taylor's point. That bicycle, which is a very difficult thing to pull off here at Monster Jam. Another one is that stoppie that you see right there on the super glue to the action replay. Bicycle coming up on the side 2 BKT tires, cradles it down, and then slowly does that revolution before putting it back down on all 4 BKT tires. Impressive stuff by Brandon Telechka. Just get her done too. Scores are locked in. 8.007, good enough to put him in 3rd place currently in Monster Jam Freestyle. Those bells only mean one thing. It's time for Gravedigger! Keep it going for Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. Some of the biggest air we have seen all event long, courtesy of that driver that's bad to the bone. Time almost stops as he's soaring through the air, and at moments where he was soaring, you actually still see those BKT tires rotate right there. Super glue glued to the action replay, exactly what I'm talking about. Really great momentum throughout that freestyle. Ending it perfectly in line with Fernando Martinez in El Toro Loco. Facing off right there. All right, let's see what you guys thought. Right now, that score to beat is Scooby-Doo with an 8.810. The score for Gravedigger is 9.377, which means we got a new leader and new score to beat. It all comes down to this. Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
applause together for Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mud Dalmatian. Our final competitor in the Monster Jam Freestyle competition. So let's lock in those final scores, everyone. You've got about 10 seconds left.
That freestyle had a lot of great variations throughout it. So we did see some stoppies. You can see it up there on that super glue to the action replay. It was an aggressive freestyle run. We saw 2 stoppies on one end of the arena. Towards the end, we saw another. Ended it with those nice donut revolutions and then back up the ramp for the final jump. Solid freestyle by Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mud Dalmatian. Right there, you just saw her actually land on the front right BKT tire before putting it back on all 4 paws. Scoring on the video board right now at 8.156 for Jamie Sullivan in Monster Mud Dalmatian. That means the winner of Monster Jam Freestyle is Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. That's 8 more points in pursuit of the overall event championship. Let's see if it was enough. 7 in racing, 8 in the Great Clips 2 Wheel Skills Challenge, 7 in the donut competition, 8 in Monster Jam Freestyle for a total of 30 points. Your overall event champion is... It's your Arena Series Central champion, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. A battle all event long between Weston Anderson and Jamie Sullivan. Weston Anderson emerging victorious out there on the center of the track. His first overall event championship win of the weekend here in Columbus. Standing there with trophy in hand. Let's hear from our winner. Once again, Weston Anderson in Gravedigger, joined by Chandler West, his crew chief right there, who has been working tirelessly on that truck all event long, all season long.
Weston, there we go, Weston Anderson. And we had enough time to get your crew chief, Chandler West, up here. This trophy is definitely as much as yours as it is his. But explain to our fans a little bit about why.
Man, this dude right here, he is stuck by my side all series long. And these men and women in the back, the technicians in the back, they are the real heroes. We come out here, we just drive and break the trucks. These people, they stay out for 17 weeks. They take 17 weeks of their life every single year and dedicate it to these trucks. So I want each and every one of you guys to give the real heroes a round of applause right now.
And Chandler, I mean, how does that feel to you? I mean, he said it, you're out here working on Monster Jam trucks more than you are sleeping in your own bed. So what does this payoff feel like in moments like these?
You know, when you get to hold one of these and he gets to drive it as hard as he can, I'm happy. That's what we're here for, you know, just put on a great show for these awesome fans.
Well, let's find out. Did you all have a great time this afternoon? Was it?
No. Columbus, y'all are way rowdier than that. Did y'all have fun at Monster Jam?
Congratulations one more time to Weston Anderson and Gravedigger, your freestyle and overall event champion. Columbus, we hope you guys had as much fun as we did, because this was truly an awesome afternoon of Monster Jam. On behalf of myself, Christina Moore, Taylor Olivia, and all of us here at Feld Entertainment, Columbus, that was Monster Jam! Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.